Buyer beware. Is there such a thing as a perfect home? Good news, bad news in the real estate market. John Cowan here with Ultra Realty of Texas with another weekly real estate message. Folks, I like to do these messages to help you understand what's going on in our real estate market. And as a problem solver, you need me in this kind of real estate market, because if you were to look at how to search for your dream home in today's market, can you do that on Google? Can you do that on Zillow? Can you do that online? You really can't. You can get some good indications on where you want to be, but you really can't put all the pieces together. We really need boots on the ground. We really need to go out and look at properties the old-fashioned way, but it's the best way. So here's the real estate news that I wanted to share with you that's good and bad. Mortgage rates have recently, for the 8th time, hit a record low. It is absolutely unbelievable. I can't stress that enough on the opportunity that that's creating. The interest rates being down in the 3% or lower range is creating buying power, which is helping to offset what we're seeing out there in the market and increased prices. So we're getting a lot of new buyers, millennials, and even baby boomers. We're all looking at taking advantage of this market and trying to step up to the right-sized home for our needs with these rates as low as they are. So millennials, 57%, boomers, 37%. Is that a score? No, it's the truth. So if millennials and buyers and boomers are both out there thinking they want to buy a home within the next year, interest rates will stay low. We're very confident of that. So let's say for the next year, some of us are looking to buy a new home. Maybe it's your first time, maybe it's the umpteenth time and I need to downsize. Whatever the reasons, 57% of millennials are looking at only 37% of the boomers. Guess who's holding the majority of real estate in this country? Boomers. If there are less of us putting our homes on the market for more of the younger folks trying to buy their first home or even a second move up, there we have our supply and demand problem. Rising prices due to the high demand and inventory shortages are a result of that. So what do? Where will you go to search for your dream home? Let me help you with that. So you can drive until you find a new builder development. And folks, we can go as a hub from DFW 10 to 15 miles out in just about all directions, and we will find very affordable opportunities with new home construction. What if you don't want to move out that far? What if it's not the best thing for you, your long-term plan? And what is your plan? 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? Schools, all the different issues. Working from home, maybe going out further is not a problem. You won't have the commute, coming in. But what if you stayed in closer? What if you stayed with some of the opportunities that we might find in an older home? You don't think that's an option because it's not HGTV Gold Key, perfect in every way when you walk in? Folks, let me share something with you. There is no such thing as a perfect home. We want to get it as close as possible. That's my job. That's my chore. But we need some flexibility. And in this market, that makes it kind of hard. But what if it's not in your condition? It's not the perfect home yet. What do I mean? What if I could show you how to make improvements without long and costly delays? Okay? How was the pyramid built? Guess what? It was built over a period of time, a block at a time. I renovate properties. I've been in the real estate world. I've been in new construction since I was a teenager. Okay? I have the opportunity to help you and guide you in having a plan. I've helped a lot of buyers, not just first-time home buyers, have a plan when they bought a home that maybe wasn't perfect yet. How do you make those changes? How do you start? Where will the money come from? These are all serious questions, and I'm completely serious about the solutions. So first off, where will the money come from? You know, sometimes we're able to negotiate some seller contribution of funds for some of the things that are deficient or not updated, in that home. Can that be an opportunity for us to not get involved with fighting other buyers and getting into multiple offer situations if it's not the home everybody's trying to run to? Okay, there's some opportunities there. There's a way to solve some of the problems with an inventory shortage. So where will the money come from? Possibly I can get some seller contribution to help you on the front end. Possibly you have an opportunity for a little bit of money as well. If you could borrow from a 401k, a credit card, okay, whatever. But we pick and choose strategically and have a plan on how to do things that are sensible and functional. And how do we start? We have to look at the big five. We have to look at the serious things on the house first and see if anything needs to be done. But let's set those aside and assume that we're going to find a way to put those into proper condition before you buy the home. Because without those, the rest doesn't matter. So let's talk about the cosmetics. That's what we're really talking about when you're shaping a home to be the perfect home for you. Location, of course, is a given, but I'm talking about once we get inside the house, what does it take to make it perfect? Okay? Some of these items you can do yourself. I'll help you and show you how. Some you will need contractor trades. I can help you with that as well. You can find opportunities out there from a pricing standpoint. You can catch sales, through the year, seasonal appliance sales at the big box Home Depot and Lowe's. We can catch contractors when it's not as busy a time for them, and gives you a lot of opportunity there to have guys come in and not necessarily be on a long list before they can even get to you. There's a lot of different things that we can do. I like to talk about doing the first things being the dirty things, what I call the dirty things. So let's say you go in a house and you don't like the way the ceiling looks because it's the popcorn or acoustic blown on texture. You want to do that, I assure you, before you move. The one time that I came close in 48 years of marriage of not making it was when I told my wife, trust me, we can scrape the ceilings and live here at the same time. That was almost a big mistake. So don't try that. Paint. You can paint walls after you move in a lot easier than you can ceilings, because the ceilings, you're going to have to cover up a lot of things. Walls, you can kind of work around it. So there's a lot of pick and choose. Appliances, flooring, countertops. A lot of these items can be one-day turnarounds, half-a-day turnarounds. You can replace windows. You can replace garage doors and entry doors in really hours. A window replacement to take out an old window and put a new window in is about an hour process per window. You can pick and choose which windows you want to do first and stagger that. There's ways to pay for this. There's ways to do it. It's a coordination. It's an effort, but it could be worth it. It could be the perfect home when you're done. And guess what you didn't do? You didn't borrow the money and attach it to a 30-year mortgage where it's going to cost you 3 times the real cost. You have paid and built equity at the same time as you could, when it made sense. Folks, this is what I enjoy. This is how I love helping people. Call me. Get to me any number of ways. My email, my cell phone is the same for 25 years, Facebook, social media. Reach out and call me. Let me help you find the perfect home for the perfect time, because this scenario of shortage and demand is not going away anytime soon. Don't wait for the perfect home and the perfect moment. Call me.